There has been a lot of discussion surrounding this latest report, so let's go through everything step by step. According to the report, almost 20 years after Port of Miami introduced Rick Ross as one of hip-hop's biggest rising stars, he is celebrating the album's 20th anniversary with a special tour. One of the most anticipated stops is New York City, a place that played a huge role in helping the album become a classic among rap fans. The New York performance is scheduled for Friday, July 10th, at the Beacon Theater, and excitement is already building. Reports also claim that Bronx rap legend Remy Ma will appear as the night's special guest. If that happens, it will definitely grab fans' attention because Remy is one of New York's most respected lyricists. Her appearance would add even more excitement to an event that is already expected to be memorable. People are eager to see how she and Rick Ross might share the stage, and whether they will perform together. This anniversary tour is much more than a typical concert featuring old hit songs. Rick Ross has decided to give his biggest records a fresh sound by performing them with a live orchestra and choir. The Renaissance Orchestra and the Saints of Trap Choir will join him on stage, creating a completely different atmosphere from the original versions of the songs. Instead of hearing only the familiar beats, fans will experience rich orchestral music mixed with hip-hop, making the performance feel both elegant and powerful. While orchestras have become more common in hip-hop concerts over the last few years, this tour is still something special. Reports say Rick Ross is the first rapper to take a full symphony orchestra and choir on a multi-city theater tour. That makes the production stand out from almost anything else happening in rap right now. It also shows that he wants to celebrate this important milestone in a creative way, rather than simply repeating the same concert formula. The idea actually began in 2022 when Rick Ross first experimented with performing alongside an orchestra. Fans responded positively, and since then the concept has continued to grow. Today, it has become one of the most unique live experiences in hip-hop. Every stop on the tour has featured surprise appearances from well-known artists, keeping audiences guessing until the very last moment. Previous guests have included Trina, Uncle Luke, DJ Khaled, 2 Chainz, Scarface, Lil Duval, Meek Mill, and several others. Because of these unexpected moments, no two shows feel exactly alike. Another detail that has made the tour popular is Rick Ross's effort to highlight local artists in every city he visits. Instead of focusing only on famous names, he also gives hometown talent a chance to perform in front of large crowds. That local connection makes every concert feel personal. If Remy Ma does appear in New York, it would continue that tradition by giving one of the city's most respected rappers a chance to represent her hometown on such a big stage. The event has also become known for its stylish atmosphere. Fans are encouraged to wear formal clothing, and many arrive dressed in tuxedos, elegant gowns, and black tie outfits. That dress code has become part of the tour's identity, making the concerts feel more like exclusive celebrations than ordinary rap shows. Combined with the orchestra, choir, and surprise guests, every performance offers something different. After the New York stop, Rick Ross is expected to travel to Philadelphia on July 11th. Reports suggest hometown legends Freeway and Beanie Sigel could join him there as he continues celebrating the album that helped launch his career. The celebration does not end with the tour either. His upcoming album, Set in Stone, is reportedly scheduled for release on July 17th, making this an especially important period in his career. However, this story becomes even more interesting when you look beyond the music. If the report about Remy Ma joining the New York concert is accurate, then congratulations are certainly in order because it is a major opportunity for her. At the same time, many people are wondering what may have changed between her and Rick Ross. Over the past several months, Rick Ross has frequently been connected to Claressa Shields, and that relationship has kept social media busy with endless conversations. Because of those headlines, many fans are surprised to now hear that Remy Ma could be sharing the stage with him. Naturally, people have started asking whether old disagreements have been put aside, or if this is simply a business decision focused on giving fans an unforgettable performance. Some fans also remember another situation that created controversy earlier this year. The Remy Network promoted a film that many viewers believe shared similarities with parts of Rick Ross's personal story, especially the storyline involving a parole officer chasing success in the rap industry. During the promotion, the campaign reportedly included one of Rick Ross's songs, leading to even more comparisons. According to reports, Rick Ross responded by sending a cease and desist letter. He reportedly wanted to make it clear that he had no connection to the project and did not want anyone believing the movie was based on his life or officially linked to him in any way. After watching the trailer, it was easy to understand why some viewers noticed similarities. Still, the Remy network works with several different creators, so many people felt that the project was not necessarily intended to tell Rick Ross's story. The situation grew even bigger after the cease and desist letter reportedly made its way to TMZ. Once that happened, blogs and social media pages quickly picked up the story, and discussion spread everywhere online. Before long, the topic even reached the Breakfast Club, where what began as a legal disagreement turned into a much larger conversation. Because many people believed Remy Ma had a strong relationship with the show, the story attracted even more attention. Now, with reports suggesting she may appear alongside Rick Ross during one of the biggest nights of his anniversary tour, fans are watching closely to see whether this marks a new chapter or simply another surprising moment in an already eventful summer. The interesting part is that the entire cease and desist issue had already been settled. Once the concerns were raised, the music was removed from the movie trailer, and the film's title was changed to simply The CEO. After those changes were made, it seemed like the matter had been resolved. Most people expected the story to end there because both sides had already addressed the problem. That's why many were surprised when news of the legal letter suddenly appeared on TMZ. It raised a lot of questions about how a private legal matter became public in the first place. Some people believe someone intentionally leaked the information, while others think it could have happened another way. Whatever the reason, the story quickly spread across entertainment blogs and social media. For many observers, the bigger issue was never the cease and desist letter itself. Businesses and artists send legal notices all the time when they want to protect their work or avoid confusion. What stood out was the fact that the letter became public after the problem had already been fixed. Instead of quietly ending the disagreement, the situation turned into a major headline. To some people, it looked less like protecting Rick Ross's brand and more like something that could damage Remy Ma's public image. Of course, there is no confirmed proof that anyone intended to hurt her reputation, but that became a popular opinion among fans following the story. Ironically, if creating negative attention was the goal, it may have had the opposite effect. Rather than pushing Remy Ma out of the spotlight, the controversy brought even more people to her name. Fans began discussing her work again, media outlets covered the story, and curiosity about her upcoming projects continued to grow. Sometimes public attention, even when it starts with controversy, can end up increasing an artist's visibility instead of hurting it. Now reports claim that Rick Ross has invited Remy Ma to appear as the special guest during his July 10th anniversary concert in New York. If that report is true, it naturally leaves people wondering what changed. Rick Ross and Remy Ma have known each other for many years, so this would not be the first time their careers have crossed paths. Still, the timing has caught many people by surprise because the legal dispute happened not too long ago. Journalist Loren Lo Rosa also reported that when Remy Ma initially tried to contact Rick Ross to discuss the cease and desist issue, she and her team struggled to get in touch with him. According to those reports, calls were not being returned at first, even though everyone was trying to resolve the misunderstanding. Eventually, the issue was settled, but many fans still remember how difficult communication seemed during that period. Because of that, some people are now asking why things suddenly appear much friendlier. That has led to even more speculation online. Not long ago, Papoose publicly showed support for Rick Ross around the BET Awards. And now Ross is reportedly bringing Remy Ma on stage during one of the biggest nights of his anniversary tour. Naturally, fans are wondering if there is a larger story happening behind the scenes that the public does not yet know about. Another question people are asking is whether Rick Ross is simply recognizing the momentum that Remy Ma has built recently. Her Ever Since You Left remix with French Montana and Max B created plenty of conversation online, and many fans praised the record. It gave her fresh attention and reminded listeners why she has always been respected for her lyrical ability. If Rick Ross wants one of the hottest names in hip-hop to appear on his stage, inviting Remy Ma would certainly make sense from a business perspective. Others have suggested a completely different possibility. Rick Ross has had a long-running rivalry with 50 Cent, so some fans wonder whether this appearance could somehow be connected to that ongoing feud. Those theories became even stronger after Remy Ma celebrated her birthday at PH Live, while 50 Cent continues to have a major partnership with Planet Hollywood. At this point, these are only fan theories, and there is no evidence connecting those events. Still, people continue to debate every possible angle because of the history between everyone involved. Personally, many people can understand why there are mixed feelings about the situation. On one hand, this is clearly a great opportunity for Remy Ma if she really is performing alongside Rick Ross. It places her in front of a large audience during an important celebration. On the other hand, some fans have not forgotten how the cease and desist situation unfolded. They remember that communication reportedly became difficult when her team was trying to clear everything up. Now that she is once again making headlines and attracting attention, it suddenly seems much easier for everyone to reconnect. For many observers, the biggest disappointment was never the legal notice itself. The concern was how the story reached TMZ and created the impression that the Remy network had acted carelessly or unprofessionally. That public narrative did not sit well with many supporters, especially because the issue had already been corrected before it became a major news story. Some people also noticed that the controversy surfaced around the same time Claressa Shields was facing her own wave of online attention. That timing caused additional speculation among fans, with some wondering whether another headline involving Remy Ma shifted the conversation elsewhere. There is no confirmed evidence supporting that idea, but it has remained part of the online discussion. Despite everything that happened, Remy Ma continued moving forward instead of focusing on the controversy. She removed the music, changed the movie title, and kept working on new projects. She released a successful Lifetime movie, continued putting out new music, and remained active on stage. Fans also saw her appear during the New York Knicks celebration alongside Fat Joe, Ja Rule, and other familiar names, adding another memorable moment to her recent career. Her Ever Since You Left remix with French Montana and Max B also continued gaining momentum. Many basketball fans embraced the song during the Knicks' playoff run, and it was heard throughout NBA Finals coverage, giving the record even greater exposure. As her popularity continued growing, reports suddenly surfaced that Rick Ross wanted her to join him on stage. That naturally caused people to wonder whether this was simply longtime friends reconnecting or whether success had changed the dynamic between them. Of course, there is another possibility. Maybe the entire cease and desist situation was nothing more than a misunderstanding that has now been resolved. Perhaps Rick Ross genuinely believes his orchestral anniversary tour is the perfect setting for Remy Ma to perform some of her biggest records in a fresh and exciting way. If she does appear, fans will undoubtedly have their phones ready. Many will be waiting to see which song she performs, whether she delivers her verse from the Ever Since You Left remix, or if she includes any lyrics that listeners believe reference recent drama. Until the concert takes place, people can only speculate. If the reports are accurate, fans will soon find out whether this performance is simply about celebrating great music, or whether there is a much bigger story behind the scenes.